And we're back.
Oops. Okay.
Okay, we keep on discussing Aniara, and now we talk about the Mima.
The Mima robe.
So, I actually had to
What?
just read a little bit on Wikipedia and other places,
Mm-hmm.
just to be sure what was happening.
Yeah, I guess the movie doesn't explain too much about
Yeah,
that.
because in the beginning I thought that the whole Mima service was just some sort of like, yeah, they were hypnotizing you, but that's it, and you were kind of creating everything you see yourself.
Oh, okay.
But then when the computer gets sad and it's like, oh, it's a computer.
Mm.
Oh, so, yeah, and it's also conscious.
It's an AI.
Yes, it's a living thing. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, actually, the word the word. I mean, the word mimeoing, or like mimeoing, it means like a sort of copy or something
Oh, yeah,
of a
right.
replication.
Mm.
I don't know what kind of use they wanted to give it in here, but it's supposed to be an AI.
Yes, which gets depressed.
In the movie, it gets depressed.
Yeah.
In the original story, they actually kind of.
Let's go. No need for more grinding. Also, we're dying.
We could take the bus, right?
Yes. What
Um,
happens on the story?
In the original story, they actually talk a little bit about the origins of AI, which was very realistic. Because in oh shit, revive me, please.
Oh, fuck.
In the old story, they say that that humanity didn't so much invent AI as they just discovered it, as AI invented it itself,
Of course. Yeah.
which is
That's
probably
gonna happen.
what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
right? And that's the case for the Mima Robe AI or whatever. It was sort of a thing that happened,
Okay.
and apparently these kinds of AIs, they get old and they start malfunctioning.
Which, yes, why not? I mean, seems like, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, and for this AI that was massively used, it appears that at some point it just started degrading and stopped working.
Yeah, it was too much.
However, in the movie, they point out that it was due to the hopelessness of the people or something like that.
I mean, that's kind of. I thought that was just like a conversation they have because they didn't have any better. They didn't have a better answer. I didn't perceive that as the reason. It was like, oh yeah, it couldn't take anymore. It's like, yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Also, there is this weird language that these AIs have that only the.
Oh right, they kind of communicate with their like the handler.
Wait, Mimaro was the name of the handlers, not
Yes.
of the apparatus.
Yes.
The whole thing was
It was Mima, just Mima.
just Mima, right? Okay, sorry.
All right, so the Mima handlers.
Yeah, the handlers. I guess a little bit less explained in the movie, which doesn't really
Matter.
Yeah.
I'm actually not even sure the whole Mima thing was necessary.
Well, it was sort of like the escape of humanity, right?
Yeah,
during,
but
during these times, I mean, it would be like the internet right now.
yes,
The Mima would be our internet.
yes, absolutely.
It is our escape. It is the only thing that is keeping us sane or connected. And in the movie, it dies.
Yep.
At some point, they have to accept that they can never rely on it anymore,
Yeah.
because it was something that people heavily relied, right? It was something.
Yeah, of course. The whole entertainment thing was that.
Yeah, when they lost it, it's when they start, they start the whole cult things like, hey, weird cults are gonna appear because when people lose hope,
Yeah, of course.
they start creating these kinds of things, which is, it is true.
Yeah.
I guess it is such a human thing to do, right? So that was alright.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the best. You have a lot of better cult films and stories
Absolutely.
that you could watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of like tiny details that are like there are whole movies that better explain or and implement these tiny ideas. This is like
Yeah.
there's the internet, there's the cults, there's the other things, like a lot of tiny things.
Yeah, so maybe in those aspects, this isn't the best movie.
Yeah, it's light on every topic that they touch. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, I mean the thing is that when the entertainment or the internet or the outlet dies, the people create their own, and it's in the form of I don't know sex cults or whatever
Yeah.
they have in hand, and it's gonna be weird, and people are gonna be into it, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Even though it's something completely insane that we would never do in the normal reality.
I mean, that happens when there's no more internet.
Oh yeah,
Just
luckily-
in like South Park.
Yeah, luckily we will never have to face the death of Mima in this world.
Sure, let's hope not. Okay, so let's discuss the ending.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, so the movie kind of ends after year 10.
The story goes normally up until where the navigator commits suicide.
Yeah.
She kills herself.
Yes.
And our main character, that whole thing happens like at the same time that she makes her whole project come true,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's pretty tragic. And after that, we have like a small glimpse into I don't know, like 5 or something years later.
15, because it's year 25.
No. There's a small one where you can see the captain like try to commit suicide and
Oh, right.
Like
When they are. Yes, they are giving her a medal.
yes.
Yes, you're
Like,
right.
Everybody
you're right.
is. It looks really weak.
Yeah.
Everybody is like.
No one wants to applaud anymore.
Everybody is like. Just,
Yeah, they have given up.
They are just fucked up. They. It seems like they're also ill.
Yep.
Like they're not healthy at all, and it looks pretty fucking grim. But
Yes.
But there are some people who are still alive.
Yep.
And then we make another huge jump, like many years into the future,
Yeah.
once again, and then we can see the actual ending of the ship. It's not the end of the morale of the people, because there are many chances for people to lose hope. It's actually the complete malfunction of the ship. Like they don't even have energy anymore. They don't have
Oh, come on.
sorry, they don't have oxygen or whatever.
The
I don't know if oxygen, but they don't have energy. It's everything is completely dark,
yes.
and everybody is huddled together in the room of the Mima, I guess.
Yes, kind of like maybe the last room
Uh-huh.
with like the last people, something like that. We see the last glimpse of the inhabitants of the ship.
Yeah, which actually they seem like blind or whatever. I don't know if
it's
they're
really weird.
I know that blindness or well, like the lack of gravity can cause some serious damage into your eyes. I don't know if it's because of that, because they don't give you any kind of information at that point. They just show you that people are in a horrible situation.
Yeah, it's all dark and they're just like kind of praying to some light thing, like oh light, we're searching for the light.
Yeah, they're like kind of talking about what life used to be in Earth, right? They're each one is saying like in turn what things they used to like when when they lived in Earth, I guess, when they had light and stuff still.
I'm dead.
And yeah, and there we can see that some people actually, you know, they remained alive
Yeah, somehow.
up to that point. They didn't give up. They didn't commit suicide.
Yep.
And I don't know. That's. I guess that's some people. They just.
Yeah, with again gives you a question about is that living? Is that life?
I don't know if that's life, and it also asks you the question: would that be you? would you dare to live such.
to survive. Let's call it that.
Yeah, not even living, just surviving up to that point. Is it living anymore? Is it worth it? I don't know.
Mm. Oh, I was about to say that looks like an abyss. Okay, and
Speaking
that
about death.
actually takes us to the really last time of the ship,
Yeah.
which is where we jump
5 million
5
years?
million years into the future, and we have finally arrived to whatever place.
To the Lyra Nebula.
Yeah, to Lyra Nebula. So kind of the place where they said at the beginning of the movie, oh, we're pointing in this direction.
Yeah, like, okay, you know, that little point in the sky.
Yeah, that ridiculous thing that we are never going to arrive to.
Yeah, we're going there.
That's where the movie ends.
Of course, everybody died 25 years into the voyage.
Yeah.
However, their ship, which they start calling the sarcophagus, at some point in the travel, actually the design they made for the ship in the movie is a square, like a sarcophagus.
Yeah.
So that was pretty intentional, I think. The sarcophagus arrives to the Lyra Nebula.
Which is kind of not the point of the trip, really.
Not at all. But I don't know. It makes you say, like, okay, human life, your stupid problems, they go on for 25 years.
Yeah.
However, 5 million years later, the universe is still there.
Yeah. And well, so what did you thought was interesting about that?
I think it was
Or
amazing.
really cool?
I don't know. I was not expecting such
5
a...
million years.
Yeah, 5 million years.
That is true.
That is. I mean, we were dealing with a lot of human drama, and suddenly,
Yeah, like deep future.
yeah, something that has nothing to do with humanity, something that makes humanity look like nothing.
Yeah.
5 million years, their amazing spaceship got to the Lyra Nebula, and it even goes to a planet that was inhabitable, right?
Yeah, because it looks like an Earth, like an Earth analog.
Right, like the final irony of the movie was that
It made it.
if
If only you could have lasted for 5 million more years.
yeah, I mean, you got to 25. Well, you were just missing like 4 million,
Yeah.
900,000 years.
This movie is talking about like panspermia,
Ah.
and that
Wow, really?
this is what starts life in another system.
That's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, because it's like they have algae and they have like proteins, like a lot of them aboard the ship. They might be like really well frozen there.
Wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah. So like that's the beginning of like another so very long cycle of life in somewhere so far away.
Because that's true. We don't even see if the spaceship gets caught in
Yeah.
the gravitational field or whatever.
I mean, surely it will.
if it crashes or not, but I never thought, hey, that's some panspermia.
Yeah, well, so there you go. That was something that I thought, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, in both of those cases, the thing is that even if you're losing hope, even if you can't see beyond your 25 years of life,
yeah.
or maybe even 1 year, because I don't know. Right now we're thinking in matters of 2020.
Yeah.
Even then, life goes on. I mean, the universe goes on.
And if we're going to talk about relation to the pandemic, I mean, when this whole thing started, we were talking about 3 weeks of isolation, and now we're like in what, in week like 8, and this is not going away.
Yeah.
It's like no. This is a long voyage that we're taking.
Like you were thinking 2 years,
Exactly. No.
but it's actually 5 million years.
Yes.
And this is why Aniara is the perfect quarantine movie. God fucking damn it!
Yeah. Now that I think of it, yes, that's the message. It's like, get ready, because we are going to get to a really nice place, but it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, we're all together in this disgusting spaceship called Earth.
Yeah. Drinking stinky water.
Drinking stinky water, making sex cults. I don't know, staying on the internet like it was our god. But yeah, I mean that is just the world we have made.
Yeah, and it's all our fault.
It's all our fault.
Everything good and everything bad is on us.
Yeah, because I mean, not everybody saw it as a horrible thing.
The pandemic or
I mean,
or Aniara?
I mean, in Aniara, I mean, some people.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the protagonist clearly had like plans and ideals, and she was trying. She was giving her best.
She was trying, yeah, a lot, like really, a lot.
And yeah, it's like if everyone could have done the same, maybe they could have made it at least a generation.
I don't know. Yeah, well, that's true because they at some point they say that their biggest problem is that there's not enough people.
Yes, exactly.
And at first they have like too many people. At first there is too much people, and then they say like,
yeah,
all right.
we don't have enough people to work on sanitation and cleaning and stuff.
And it's just that too many people have given up. They're just not doing anything useful, or
exactly.
they have, you know, committed suicide,
Yeah.
or lost hope or whatever. And yeah, like we were our own enemy in the end.
As it always is. I mean,
Damn it.
as it's always like that. It's like a zombie movie. The monsters are never the enemy.
Yeah.
Isolation is not the enemy. It's how you manage it.
And for me, this movie is not about cannibalism. It's not about space debris or space physics.
Yeah. It's not about failed communications to Earth.
Yeah, I know there's a bunch of problems with the setting.
Yeah, who cares?
It's just a small world in a desperate situation where we are now. And that's why you should watch Aniara.
It's very relevant.
And that's why you should survive the pandemic.
Yeah, and be better. And maybe watch Spaceship You. I didn't thought it was his best work.
It was okay.
But I guess normies need it.
Sure. So hey, I don't know. It's a horrible movie in the way that it's gonna make you suffer.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe it's not for everyone.
Oh! There's a statue.
But if you can stomach those kind of movies, this is definitely worth it.
Yeah, no, it absolutely makes you think, which is fun.
Especially nowadays. Alright, see you in the next Skullcast where we'll change subjects.
Okay, cool.
Not talk about this again.
Yep.